morning. Um, I just thought I'd do a video just to highlight, obviously, some concerns and answer some questions. Questions that I get all the time, and obviously, I just want to address this because I feel like it's quite important. So, one of the main questions that I get is volunteering. Volunteering in Ukraine now. Anybody can volunteer in Ukraine, but when it comes to demining, it's a bit more difficult. There's a lot of laws, regulations, qualifications that you need to have to enable you to go near anything like that. It's not straightforward. It's there for a reason. It's there to protect people, to protect others. A lot of the times when mines are triggered, other people get injured. It's not just the person who's stepped on it. There was an incident the other week with a demining organisation where 3 of the deminers got seriously injured. So these things happen, and these laws are there to protect them people. In regards to me, when I'm demining, I have to be careful in what I film. I have to work for days and then probably do like a day's filming and think about what I'm doing, and there's a hell of a lot of footage that I've not posted, and I won't post because I need to obey Ukrainian law. I need to also safeguard other people because I don't want to give people that false sense of security of walking in a minefield. One question I did get in regards to walking in a minefield is it true that you wear flip-flops? I mean, I wear Crocs actually. Sometimes I have my boots on, but a lot of the times I do wear Crocs. Just for the simple fact that I have got something wrong with my foot, and boots can aggravate that sometimes. But yeah, I don't step on mines. We make sure them parts are clear before we put our feet down on them parts of the ground. Anybody who wants to join fighting in Ukraine, I mean, I know it's easy to sign up and things like that online, but you need to understand that there's a lot of these people who fantasize about war. There's a lot of fanatics out there, people who flirt with the idea of being in the army and the Legion, but they never go. We get them. We get tons of them. We get the likes of me, Brandon. I can't speak for Ignat, but I can imagine he's probably had his fair share. Swampy. We get all these people in our inbox wanting to come and help, but no. If you want to sign up to the Legion, there's ways and means of doing that. But if I was you, I'd just go to Ukraine. Personally, if it was me signing up, I'd just go to Ukraine and sign up. Another thing I want to address as well is if you're not in Ukraine, don't ask me about volunteering. The amount, and no disrespect to people, and I don't want to sound horrible, but the amount of hours and time I've put into explaining procedures and roles and organisations and trying to find places for people and stuff, and they've never done it. I've wasted far too much time in my life doing that, and yeah, there's some people who I know personally who followed me for a long time. I don't mind helping these guys because I'm a good judge of character these days, and I kind of know what people are about. And yeah, so I'm quite happy to give them that information. Another thing I want to address, so at the minute, obviously I am in Italy. I've been here this week. I will be back in Ukraine probably in around 1 week, in 1 to 2 weeks time. Two reasons: obviously I need to go and see my daughter, and secondly, my car is getting fixed in Poland. My car had a problem with a bolt that was missing in the caliper, and it was held on by half a bolt, and it was just, yeah, it was a nightmare. It's got a couple of other issues wrong with it that didn't really cause me much problem, but I just want the whole thing fixing. Winter's coming. I just want every problem fixing on that vehicle that I've had. I've also got a Mercedes van that I've been using. That is my trusted vehicle. Like, I've always used my Mercedes van since before the war. I used to drive around in that van. You know, it's been my van for a long time, and I trust that van with everything. And the time that I don't use it, you know, I have a problem with the Shogun. But as I said, winter's coming. Winter's very, very harsh in Ukraine. You know, as many of you know, I've been in Ukraine since 2019, in and out, living between Ukraine and the UK. Last year, we was actually quite lucky that the winter was quite mild for Ukraine. It was quite mild. I mean, I was in Kramatorsk at -16, and I think the year before, the same time, I was actually in Kramatorsk, it was -25. So I actually lived in Kramatorsk for 2 weeks, and I left because it was so boring. Back before the war and all the volunteers and a lot of the Westerners came, Ukraine was actually, it was a good place, but the social circles for English people I always found were really bad. For somebody like me, there's a lot of middle-aged American businessmen and things like that, and people like that, but they weren't really my sort of people. So yeah, it was quite a lonely place to be at times. My camera footage, so I managed to get a GoPro. That's in England. I'm going back to England before I fly back to Ukraine. So my GoPro is waiting for me. I'm going to be taking my GoPro with me. I do apologise about the wobbly camera footage. That's something I want to correct, and obviously I'm not the viewer, so I don't see it, but I've kind of looked into it, and I understand where people come from, where it can make you feel a little bit sick. I'm moving a bit fast with a camera, but again, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I don't intend to be, and the sole purpose of my channel is to tell a story and also to support demining in Ukraine. So this week we managed to secure some more clothing for the guys. As I said, I'm preparing for winter. The truck that we got, the LDV, just has problem after problem at the minute. I do want to get them a new truck, but at the minute I just don't have the money to do that, you know. I just don't have the money, simple as that. But we do have one. So, and it's only minor stuff, like it was the battery the other week, so we've got a new battery, starter motor, that was a bit more pricey, but it is a transit engine, I think, so it is quite common from a Ford Transit. But the other day it was tyres, so it's 4 tyres, so we replaced the tyres. So I'm hoping that'll be the end of it. But when I go back to Ukraine, I'm doing some work. We've got some training sessions that are going to be run, and I'm also learning the reason why I'm here in Italy is actually I've been on a training course, but we are also going to be learning some real good technology for clearing mines, which we are absolutely stupidly grateful for, you know. But it's going to be groundbreaking stuff, and I'm really happy that, you know, they've reached out to us. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you so much for everybody who supports us. You know, we are clearing over 2,000 mines per month. Stupid amounts, and it's only getting better. It's getting better. There's more people coming on the team. There's people who've joined this week who I don't know, I haven't met yet, but I will be meeting the new guys. They've come from Odessa, you know. So I just want to say thank you for that. We've managed to get so much done. So many. We've got 2 new vehicles, new equipment, new clothing. I'm just getting more as I go, but I am supporting another team now of actual Ukrainian army sappers. So yeah, I'll be going to them, assessing their needs, seeing what they need. But I just want to say thank you again, and yeah, just have a good week, and hopefully when I see you again, I'll have some better footage. And if anybody wants to support the channel, support Demining in Ukraine, I will include my links on the description. And I just want to say a special thank you to people who continue to support us. Like there's a few of you, I'm not going to name individuals, but there is some of you I can't say thank you to. I'm not going to say the full name, but your name begins with essential. Yeah, it doesn't go unnoticed. I do try and say thank you, but for whatever reason PayPal doesn't let me, so yeah, so I assume that's something on your half business or something. But yeah, thank you so much, and thank you to Greg again. Greg changed a lot for us, so yeah, thank you, Greg.